Good afternoon, Form 4. Welcome again to our home economic class today. Before we start, I want to ask you some questions. I know that you've been learning type of food on the previous year, and now I want to ask you some questions. What is your favorite food for breakfast or lunch? Okay, cereal? Yes, cereal. Cereal is very easy to prepare. You can just do your breakfast because you are 14 years now. You can do your own breakfast helping your mom by just taking the wheat mix, mixing with the milk, and have your breakfast before you go to school. What about lunch? Oh yes, McDonald's. Oh, that is unhealthy food. But I know sometimes our food choices depend on ourselves. We can choose the unhealthy food, but sometimes you can eat it with something else that's fresh, vegetable, that's gonna make it more nutritious. Okay, good. Before we start, we have to look at our learning outcomes. The first learning outcome is define convenience food that's available. The second one, state the type of convenience food. The last one, you have to discuss ways of using convenience food in meals. Okay, well, now we're looking at the type of convenience food. But before we look at the type of convenience food, we have to define first a convenience food. Convenience food are processed food that require a little or no preparation. This kind of food can be either partly or fully prepared by the manufacturer. We can cover later in our discussion. It cannot be used as a substitute for fresh because they are not fresh. Sometimes convenience food the nutrients and vitamins are already destroyed by processing during the heating and the processing of that food. So now we will look at the type of convenience food. There are 5 convenient food I can share with you today. The first one is bottle and canned food. Bottle and canned food is a method of preserving food in either brine or a syrup, where the food content and sealed in an airtight container. During processing, here, I told you before, vitamin B and C may be destroyed because we've been using a lot of processing time. So you can use heating, all those kind of, the brine that's used, the heating process, so some of the nutrients, the vitamins can be lost. Okay, the second one, frozen food. Food are kept in freezer below freezing point of 0 degrees Celsius. Frozen food do not require preservative. So microorganisms do not grow when the temperature of the food is below negative 9.5 degrees Celsius. This is a frozen food where we can see fish, the mixed vegetables, that we call the frozen food. Therefore, it prevents food spoilage because the temperature keeps them last long. And there is no microorganism can grow in this food. Some frozen food can be eaten straight away, like ice cream. There's no need for cooking. You just go and buy your ice cream and eat ice block, all those kind of stuff. The other one, other food, they need to warm up, like frozen pizza. You can just go and buy it and then you put it in the oven to warm your pizza. Sometimes chicken. The third one is the dehydrated food. Dehydrated food, this kind of food where water have been removed from them through evaporation, like air drying, sun drying, smoking, etc. There are some ways of evaporation. But this method is a removal of water, prevents growth of microorganisms, and extend the shelf life of a product, of the food. Here you can see these are the vegetables. Some fish, meat are all can use in dehydrated food. The fourth one, we can call this a ready-to-eat food. Here you can see. Ready-to-eat food are food that can be eaten without any additional preparation. You just go and buy and then eat. There's no preparation for that. For example, like what? Food from the restaurant, where we buy from the restaurant, and some food from the shop. You just go and buy and then ready to eat without doing cooking. And the last one, ready to cook food. Okay, yes, noodles, sausage, you have to cook them first before you eat. Ready to cook food is commercially prepared, already prepared by the manufacturer or factories, and then require some cooking before consumption. You can't eat straight away like the one there, ready to eat food. This is you need to cook them first. Okay, class? Now we will talk about the use of convenient food in our meals. Uses of convenient food. Convenient food may be as nutritious as fresh food. We can call them as nutritious as a fresh food. However, some nutrients and flavors may be lost, that I shared with you before, during the process of bottling, canning, and drying. During this processing, they lost some of the vitamins, the nutrients there. And therefore, it is best to use convenience food together with fresh food to make a dish more nutritious. Like this one, you can see some of the fresh food you can eat together with the convenience food. Like fish, some stick fish you can buy from the shop. You can grill them and eat together with vegetables and make it more delicious and nutritious. Okay, thank you. Now we're gonna do our small activity before we go. Okay, class, I want you to move into 3 groups, and I will give you a small activity. Okay, the first activity, you have to define convenience food. Group 1, define convenience food. Group 2, how would you store the following food? Ice cream, fresh fish, where are you going to store them? Okay, the last one, group 3, why should we consume fresh food together with convenience food? You have to give 3 reasons, or 2 reasons, 2 or 3, why you have to consume fresh food together with convenience food. Okay, group 3, I want you to, your question is like this. Why should we consume fresh food together with convenience food? Okay, only 2 minutes to write your answer, then we finish up for today. To sum up our lesson today, we have to go over our learning outcomes, where we fulfill our learning outcome for today or not. Okay, the first one, we have to define convenience food available. What is convenience food? Remember, convenience food are processed food that require little or no preparation, because this kind of food are already prepared by the manufacturer. But remember, convenience food are not fresh. It cannot substitute food for fresh or natural food because they are being processed. The second one, state the type of convenience food. Here are the type of convenience food. We cover 5 types of convenience food: bottle and canned food, frozen food, dehydrated food, ready-to-eat food, and the last one, ready-to-cook food. Okay, the last one, discuss ways of using convenience food in meals. Remember that we can use convenience food. Remember that convenience food are not nutritious as fresh. But some nutrients and flavors may be lost during the process of bottling, canning, and drying. So therefore, the best way to use convenience food we can use together with fresh food. We can eat our meal with vegetables to make our food, our meal more nutritious and more enjoyable. Okay, thank you for your time today and see you next week. More than